Hi everyone and welcome to your year reading for 2015. Happy New Year everyone. And I do want to take a moment to say it's okay if you're not feeling like you have this huge plan for the year yet, if you don't know entirely what your intentions are, or if you have these big goals. Just allow yourself to feel into the energy of this new year. Often I think we put so much pressure on ourselves to take sudden action in this week. You know, the holidays are over, children are back to school. Of course, it's important to get the year off to a good start, but that's not always possible because we're wanting to feel better perhaps from, all the food and the various, stuff we've been doing. Actually, this can be a time where we continue to nurture ourselves, or we continue to get clear about what we do want without having to rush into anything. So please be gentle with yourself if that's the case for you. And we're going to be using each card from the Angel Tarot cards. Each card will represent a month rather than going through a week. Of course, we're going to be overviewing the whole year. So starting with January, let's see what the angels have to say for us. Here we go for January. This card is life experience and represented by Archangel Samuel. It says a significant life event, a powerful revelation that leads to change, and time to spread your wings. Now this card actually in traditional tarot, I know that it is the Tower, which can mean that some people go, what's going to fall apart? Well, instead of thinking of it like that, actually, just as we said, sometimes this month can be continuing to release that which doesn't serve us, particularly in the first few days as we're dealing with right now, letting ourselves actually release any emotion that may be coming up. It's actually been a full moon. I think today it's a full moon. So it's okay to feel emotional, but let your heart open. So if there's any sadness or relationship issues coming up or things in the past that haven't worked with people, allow yourself to do a review of them, but then release them. Release yourself of that pain so you can open your heart rather than letting it close you down. Samuel is all about love and peace. So this is actually a beautiful card to start off with the new year, but it does, as I said right at the beginning of the reading, mean that we want to be a little gentle with ourselves and don't worry so much if things are falling away that don't serve us, because it's actually opening us up to bright new beginnings. Looking at the sun in the background of this card, the sun is there, the sun is just wanting to peek through right now. So be gentle, be kind with yourself, let yourself go into your intentions as your heart opens rather than pushing yourself to do anything. Okay, so here we go for February. February's card actually again is an emotional card. It's Knight of Water. And it says falling in love or wedding proposals, the need to balance emotions, an invitation to a social event. So this is interesting because obviously most of us associate February with the month of love, and this card can very much mean that we meet someone who sweeps us off our feet. It can be that rush of emotions. But obviously, as this card says, it's also asking us to be sociable. So what this says to me is that if we've had a bit of a quiet, reflective month in January where we are more, evaluating things, opening ourselves up, healing some issues, perhaps having some inner revelations, this is allowing us in February to get out in the world more and to meet other people. And it does look very promising for Love Month, for Valentine's Day. So allow yourself to go into that place. Be open to love in all ways, because this is a beautiful card. So March, here we go for March. Oh, lovely. Another card, Major Arcana card, which is represented by Archangel Gabriel, the Empress. And it says, lavish abundance, give birth to your dreams, nurture yourself and others. Ooh, beautiful. So this is where it starts to get a little juicy. Yes, the nurturing is still very important here, But Archangel Gabriel is saying this is where we really take action on our creative ideas. So not only nurturing ourselves, but actually really nurturing the projects or the ideas or the inspirations within us. We're going to feel like we have a lot more energy coming into March, that we're going to feel like we're actually making headway with the intentions that we've made in the beginning of the year. They're saying also this is a beautiful month for those of you whose intention it is to be parents. There's particularly powerful energy around March because Archangel Gabriel, as you can see, is a beautiful angel who nurtures mothers and all parents and also helps us with all issues to do with conception, birth, adoption. You don't have to give birth to a child naturally to be a parent. We can be parents in many, many different ways, but this is a really strong message. Gabriel is actually giving me goosebumps right now, saying that there's some beautiful souls that of course are going to be born this year, but if you're watching this card and you've been asking questions about whether you'll have a child, the springtime definitely looks wonderful for you. So here you go, there's Gabriel helping you and also with your creative projects. So April, let's see what April has to say for us. Oh, card is upside down. This is the Queen of Fire. Most of you who watch my readings regularly will know that this is my favorite card in the deck, or one of them. And this is all about stretching your wings and flying. Don't underestimate yourself. Assert your independence and creativity. So again, it's continuing creativity as we go through to April, allowing yourself not just to get creative and enjoying your creative time, but actually allowing yourself to have confidence to share your gifts, to be out there in the world, to have confidence to say, these are my gifts, this is my passion, allowing you to be more visible in the world by April. The angels are saying this is a time not to stay in your comfort zone, but to say yes to your dreams and let what your dreams are carry you forward rather than holding yourself back. So have confidence in yourself because April looks an amazing month to really dive into all of your beautiful gifts and to really share them with others. Okay, and here we go for May. Now this is an air card, and the air suit often gets a difficult time because it can be the more challenging suit of the tarot. But this says, plans that need revision, more going on than meets the eye, poor timing. So this can be when we've had all of these ideas, things are moving forward, and then something kind of doesn't move forward as we would expect. And the angels are just saying that in May we want to remember when we're asking for our desires and our dreams, it's always a good idea to say this or something better, because the this or something better may mean that what starts off feeling like a good idea actually needs to change. And it's okay to have your plan B. Sometimes I always think that we spend so much time focusing on, we must go for our plan A and it must be this way. But actually this is asking us to keep our eyes and our minds open to new ideas, letting it be even better than perhaps we thought. And sometimes that can mean some disappointments because we receive a no, or there's a little block there, but actually remembering that rejection is our protection. So remembering that in May if you're moving forward. So rather than worrying about it, just know that everything is in divine order. Okay, so June, we're halfway through the month here. Now this is interesting, 10 of Fire. This is a fire card which is often related to our careers, but this actually says too much work, accept help from others, life is out of balance, and stress-related health concerns. So in June, this may be a time to really assess where you've been through the first half of the year and to actually take a little break so that you don't burn yourself out. Yes, it's going to be a creative time. Yes, it's important to connect with others. But this is also saying take some time out, be careful to not burn the candle at both ends, so to speak, and to make sure that you know that asking for help from others is actually a beautiful part of life. Not all of us find it that easy to do so, but this is a wonderful reminder to say that we're not supposed to do everything on our own. And actually when we do try and push ourselves too much, it can cause our bodies to have some issues. So please take care of yourself as you go through the middle of the year, and know that it's actually a good time to review things and to make any changes in your schedule if you're feeling a little drained. So as we go into July, which is the height of summer or winter for most of, or all of us, depending on where we are in the world, the card is Justice, Archangel Radleigh, and it says, fair and just decisions. Do what you know is right. Stand up for your beliefs. Okay, so this is also why they're saying it's good to take a rest in June, because in July there's going to be something that we need to have energy for, to really speak our truth, to not be afraid to push a few buttons. It doesn't matter. Not everyone is going to agree with your opinion, but actually here they're saying it's time for you to have a voice. If you feel passionately about something, then speak up about it. If you feel like there's something quote unquote wrong with the world, it's probably because you're supposed to help with it. This is actually, the angels are saying this could be in your personal life, but I actually feel that this is a month where many of us are going to feel called to action to help the world, to be our activists, if you like, to be our inner activists. So you don't have to do that in a massive way, but they're saying that it's actually about us really being the light workers that we are and spreading light in clarifying and bringing light to situations that perhaps are in the dark, or perhaps things that are not in integrity that we want to bring a voice to. Perhaps it's for children or a cause that you really believe in. But Radleigh is really saying that in July it's important to be those powerful warriors that we are in the world, that actually many of us are here to shake up the systems, to say no, this is no longer working. And to be okay with that. We can do that through peace and love, remember. We don't need to fight. We don't need to make anyone wrong. We just need to say, this can change. This is the change. And actually be the change that we wish to see in the world. So if there's anything that we're kind of arguing within ourselves, also remembering that our peace then affects everyone else around us and on the planet. So going into August, this is a great time. Okay, August, this is more, again, quite inward. This is the moon, which is all represented by Haniel, because she's the moon goddess. So if there's full moons or new moon, she's a really wonderful angel to connect with. But particularly, obviously, in August, she's coming up here and saying important psychic insights, events behind the scenes, release fears that hold you back. So this is again reminding us that if any fears come up through August, or anything that we feel really equally drawn to, just to pay attention to the difference between that. So remembering our fears will always have us say, can't do this, I'm not good enough, who am I to do that? But our guidance says, yes, we can, or how about this, or wow, make this change. It feels really good. It feels perhaps sometimes daunting, because it says release the fears that hold us back. So sometimes it can be like, I know I'm supposed to make this change. I know I'm supposed to share this, do this, but I'm a little scared. So don't let your fears hold you back in August. This is a wonderful time to move forward, and you can ask Haniel to help you with any fears or doubts that arise, because this is actually, the angels are saying, this is where things really start to come to fruition for us. And sometimes when that happens, our fear has a field day. It says, our dreams are starting to come true. Oh, but really, can I have that? Do I deserve that? Is that okay? And she's saying, yes. We're going to be extra intuitive in August, because this is a beautiful card for intuition. So therefore, our fears and our ego is always going to want us to stay the same. It's going to say, you can't be powerful. But you can thank your fear for just reminding you of what's going on. You can just say thank you for that, but I'm still going to move forward. I'm still going to allow my dreams to come true. I deserve them, and I'm going to move forward anyway, because I'm human and I deserve all of these things. So just be really aware of your thoughts. Be aware of where you're putting your foot on the brakes in August. Okay, so September. Here we go. Okay, Seven of Fire. Again, this is a card about standing your ground. Defend your beliefs and your decision. Stand your ground. Choose your battles wisely. So just as Raguel pointed out back in July, it looks like September is going to be continuing to remind us, keep going, keep moving forward. You don't need to argue with anyone to make progress, but you do want to speak your truth. And not everyone, as I said, is going to agree with you. The angels are saying that that is also where the gift lies, though, because in our unique ways, in our unique paths, that's where we're going to make the most difference. We're not supposed to be doing what everyone else is doing. So you don't need to go into fight mode about anything, but it's okay to speak up and say when you don't agree with something, and also okay, particularly if you want to follow a passion of yours and there's some naysayers going on. I really feel like this is a year, yes, to connect with others, but really to also to be honest about whether they're serving us. So surrounding yourself with supportive people, wonderful. But if you're being triggered by people who are saying you can't do something and are buying into all of the fears that you have, of course, we don't have to listen to those. But honestly, do you really need people that are going to disagree with you or decide that you can't do something? I think life is too short to spend time with people who don't support us. There's enough going on in our own heads to worry about all of that. So this may also be a time when you need to make some decisions about what or who is right for you in your life, but also to make sure that you don't continue to just argue all the time, that you just speak about what's really important to you and you stay truthful to yourself, because truly that is what counts. As long as you are staying true to yourself, then you're always going to have as good a year as possible, because we're supposed to be true to ourselves. You listen to your heart, listen to your heart, listen to your heart. I can't say that enough. Alright, so October. Here we go. October. Now this is a card of learning. 8 of Earth. It says, skilled work is rewarded. Learning all there is to know about a topic and going back to school. Okay, so for some of us, the angels are saying that this will be where our hard work really pays off. October. Actually, I always think of the autumn as being a time when we gather in all that we have done in the year. It's like a time of harvest, literally. So whether you're in the fall or not, or if you're in spring, if you're in the southern hemisphere, it doesn't matter too much. The angels are saying we're really going to be gathering the rewards of the rest of our year in October. But also, this is just a reminder that we're continuing to learn. So if you feel like at this point in the autumn that you feel drawn to going back to school, or maybe learning a different skill, or perhaps your choices throughout the year are leading you on perhaps an unexpected path, trust that. Trust your ideas, trust your inspirations. Let yourself spend some time learning and remembering that even if you're someone who considers yourself wise and a teacher, you're always a student as well. We're all students, we're all learning. And if there's any lessons that come up and you're just reviewing what you've learned throughout the year, that's okay. We're all learning. In fact, I always say that if we weren't learning, we wouldn't be here. We would be in heaven. Our human experience is supposed to be full of learning. The angels are saying this is a particularly good time, though, if you're wanting to take a class. So do ask the angels to help you. If you're wanting to do it before October, that's okay too. But if you're a student, this is going to be a particularly great time for you through October, which does feel like a long way away, but it's going to go quickly. The angels are saying that the year is one that's going to be quite fast paced, so we just have to really go with the flow and actually try and be in the moment as much as we can, because we don't necessarily know what's going to happen from one month to the next. And this is a beautiful guide, but actually the angels are saying that even the intentions that we had at the beginning of the year, we may find that all kinds of things happen. So do expect the unexpected this year. I feel like it's really important that we stay open to all possibilities. Yes, our intentions can be love and joy and peace and to learn and to grow and to do all the things that we feel passionate about. But also, as we said before, this or something better, knowing that God and the angels and the fairies, just like this one, often have a plan far greater for us than we could imagine. So going into November, here we go. Archangel Raziel, interesting. The Hermit is spend time in quiet meditation, spiritual teaching, self-discovery. So a little bit like October, this is more when we start to get quiet, perhaps we're learning new things, perhaps we want to take some time to really connect with our spiritual awareness, whatever that may be. I actually believe that, we're all spiritual, and we put too much emphasis on quote unquote being spiritual or human. We're all doing the best that we can. We're all spiritual beings, but sometimes there are particular moments where we're focused more inward, and the Hermit can be a reminder to let us know that we all have those quiet times, that actually if we've had a really busy year, that by the time we get to November, that actually having some quiet time and really discovering those parts of ourselves again, perhaps that we haven't connected to because we've been busy, is actually very, very important as we go into the end of the year. Archangel Raziel is a wonderful angel also for clearing away the past, and he's saying that there are perhaps some past life issues that may come to the surface as we go into November. So if you're feeling like there's some issues that you just can't quite get to the bottom of, just know that sometimes the energy that we carry from other lifetimes can affect us. So it would be good to ask Raziel to help you to let go of anything that may be affecting you from other lifetimes. Sometimes we have these experiences where we meet other people and they trigger something within us. It doesn't mean that we're actually supposed to be with them in a relationship or even have them in our lives all the time. It can do, of course. Our past lives connections can make wonderful friendships and relationships in this time, but it can also be that they're just there to teach us certain things for a brief period of time. So if you're finding that in November this year, just be easy on yourself. Maybe spend some time in meditation. Let yourself heal. Let yourself contemplate the ways that you are moving and growing through life, and just being observant of it rather than judging it. And as we go into December, wow, so we're looking at almost nearly 12 months' time, the end of this year. It actually says that there's going to be opportunity for us at the end of the year. So actually, this is really interesting, because I often think that we kind of go into, oh, well, it's the end of the year, so nothing's going to happen, and I'll just wait till the beginning of the year. But this is actually saying an exciting new opportunity, career advancement, change your life now. So actually it looks like to me that October and November will be quieter than December, and this is actually a beautiful time that we'll actually get some unexpected surprises, as the angels keep saying that to me, that this is going to be a really beautiful time where we want to stay open, and that even at the end of the year, just when we think it's over, there's going to be something that's really great that happens for us, especially those of us who are wanting to continue on forward with our careers. They're saying they're linking that to April, when we were getting creative and into our creative modes and sharing, that what we've worked on in April is going to have a direct effect on what occurs at the end of the year. So I don't quite know what they mean by that, but we may want to just bear that in mind, so that if we feel like there's any delays through the autumn time, just know to keep your faith, because there is movement happening, and it will be an exciting time as we go right into December, and a great way to end the year in a hopeful way, in a way that says, yay, there's new beginnings happening. So what it feels like to me is the beginning of this year, especially this month, we want to just be gentle with ourselves, take it easy. Then there's a flurry of activity from February through to about May time. June will be a time of reviewing, and it will also, through the summer, will give us plenty of opportunity to really be authentic and true to ourselves, even if it makes us or others a little uncomfortable. It's not about, as I said, being forceful or trying to convince anyone of anything, but knowing that we are passionate beings, and our passion really is what makes a difference in the world. So don't be afraid to speak up this year, to really do what you feel is important for you, regardless of whether you have a million other opinions going on, because you'll always have that, right? And then as you go into October, November, it looks like a quieter time, a time of reflection, and through December, it looks like there's going to be more of a flurry of activity. Of course, there always is with family and things, but actually I feel that there's going to be an exciting opportunity that we didn't expect. So we're going to end this year, I feel, in a really big, wonderful way. So I hope that gives you an overview. Do remember that this is an overview for all of us. If you want a personal reading, of course, you can always do so. You can visit me on my website, which is anna-taylor.co.uk, or of course contact me on my Facebook page, facebook.com/Anna Taylor Music Angel. I give readings via Skype, phone, or in person all throughout the year. So whether you're wanting to have some clarity after watching this reading, or there's something that occurs for you even perhaps next month, then you know where I am, and I look forward to sharing more with you. We'll go back to the weekly readings from next week onwards. Take care, everyone, and may you have the best year ever. Bye-bye for now.